The Pierce County Sheriff's Office wants to clear up some confusion about policies in place for reporting a missing person. In a blog post, they shared people don't have to wait 24 hours before reporting someone is missing. You should contact authorities if someone is missing under suspicious circumstances or haven't returned home when they were supposed to. The Sheriff's Office says it's important to call them quickly because they cannot enter someone into a missing person system without a police report first. Sergeant Darren Moss with the Pierce County Sheriff's Department joins us now. Thanks so much for your time. Sergeant
Thanks
Moss,
for having me.
what prompted this blog post?
I had an administrator ask me to make a video about missing persons and how the system works, more specifically about amber and silver alerts. But I just wanted to get this message out there because I know a common misconception is that, well, it hasn't been long enough yet. Maybe I shouldn't call till tomorrow. And we want to avoid that altogether because we know those first several hours are really, really important.
If you drive through any highway, you see that signage, the amber alert and the silver alert that you mentioned. Can you kind of walk us through what goes into getting something like that out and meeting the criteria for both?
Yeah, for the most part, the number one thing is there has to be a police report connected to it. The public cannot call State Patrol and have their family member's name or license plates put on these signs or the signs on the freeway. So the number one thing, you got to report it into police, get a report taken. The officers that respond, it's up to them to decide whether they believe a amber or silver alert is necessary. And one thing that people don't realize, you might call and they'll tell you, well, we're going to do a runaway report. That's because given the circumstances, it doesn't meet that criteria needed. Some of the criteria for amber alert is that we believe the child is in danger. We have a vehicle that they could be associated with. We try to get suspect information if we have it, but the majority of the time, an amber alert is for a child who we believe is in danger. If a child is just a runaway or missing, that's different. But someone who's possibly kidnapped, we're going to do that. On the other side of things, if the person is elderly or they have a diminished age capacity for mental health reasons, then we're going to use something like a silver alert or a endangered missing persons alert because that person probably can't make it home on their own. Maybe they don't have enough money. Maybe it's extremely cold out and they weren't dressed for the weather, and they wouldn't make it out back home without assistance. So those are the kind of things that the officers and deputies would be looking for to determine if one of these elevates to one of these alerts that you see on the highway.
So if you find yourself in a situation where you want to get this police report out immediately, you call your local jurisdiction first. You don't call the State Patrol directly. Is that right?
That's correct. If it's an emergency, a child that went missing near a body of water and you think they might have gone into a river, it's an emergency, call 911. Your local agency is going to respond. If it's an amber alert because you think your child was kidnapped or taken, not that they just didn't return home from school, but they were supposed to walk home from school and their friend said, hey, they got into this white van. Now we have enough, like this kid might have been taken by somebody. Call 911. It's an emergency. Deputies will respond. We'll get that information to State Patrol as quickly as we can.
All right, Sergeant Darren Moss with the Pierce County Sheriff's Office. Thanks so much.